ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on back to the Existence Podcast. Today is episode 38. It's Purple J, hosting today along with the wonderful McPeach-Pies.
Hello, hello.
That's your cue. And Galaxy. That's your cue.
Hello.
And today we are joined by a plethora of different guests. Just as much as we had last Existence Live podcast. We are joined by Banana Bubble once again.
Hello.
By MC Zombie of the Slayers.
Howdy.
Zombie. Yeah. Dr. Little.
Hello. Returning from last Minecraft Live podcast, I believe.
Little and Banana Bubble, I believe.
That's been a minute. So true.
And new to the Existence Podcast, we've got
Erk.
Hello.
Well, it's great to have everyone here. We are going to be chatting today about the Minecraft Live event that happened a few weeks ago now. Bit late to the podcast, but still a fair bit to chat about. Namely, all the new content that was announced for the new Minecraft Legends game, a new Minecraft Dungeons update, and the upcoming Minecraft 1.20. So why don't we start with something that'll probably be a little bit easier to talk about. Minecraft Dungeons. Everybody's favorite Minecraft game. Oh no.
This is what I get for trying to defend us.
The curse of Minecraft Dungeons.
It's so handled.
So, counteract that
Dungeons.
statement, Jay, because I couldn't tell if you were being sarcastic or not. But hang on, no, you can't have been, because you love Minecraft Dungeons.
I do. I love
Minecraft Dungeons too.
Genuinely.
Oh, good. So it wasn't sarcasm.
Maybe a little, but
Just enough. Oh.
yeah. Minecraft Dungeons.
Stay sitting down. Don't move.
So, to my knowledge, with Dungeons, what the game has been doing recently, for those of you who aren't familiar, I would hope you are. Dungeons is a dungeon crawler type game set in the Minecraft universe.
Think of it
been out
like
for a while now,
Diablo,
actually, isn't it?
but if it were Minecraft.
Actually, when
And for those of you who don't know Diablo,
basically
you should know it by now.
it was released in May of 2020. It's just you are put into different randomly generated levels, pitted against enemies, and it's basically like get to the end of the level, kill as many enemies as you can, and then along the way you collect gear and items and different things that can help you level up, and your character kind of stays the same throughout. I played Dungeons when it first came out. That was when it was in his beta stages. Shout out to Yogg, our member, gave me a key. It's great.
hell yeah.
But yeah, it's been out for a while, and the way they initially handled updates to the game was through DLC, or I guess content is a better way to put it. So they started out releasing DLCs. Each DLC included a new world, I guess, a new set of levels
So
that were all kind of themed around.
Is it a DLC
things.
that they've released now, or is it like a addition to the game? Because I noticed they've been doing a couple
Different
things.
now.
Yeah, because sometimes like there's the tower or something or other, which was kind of like a DLC, but also like just a new thing. And then there's
The
like
tower
events
was
or
kind of-
seasons or something.
Yeah. Now that they've like kind of finished adding all their DLCs, they're trying to monetize it through other methods, like with their infinite tower mode and their like battle pass type season thing.
Oh,
where
so
you can
there are
get,
just
like,
no
emotes
more.
and stuff.
Are there just no more DLCs?
I'm not. Well, I don't know for certain. I don't know if they've stopped with DLCs, but it seems like they've definitely stopped for now because all the content we've been getting recently has been related to like either their Infinite Tower mode or new seasons for like cosmetic content.
Oh yeah.
So, to my knowledge, all they talked about during the Minecraft live event, when in regards to dungeons, was just kind of a mini Halloween update that kind of added content related to the tower. So
Well, like
yeah,
spooky,
you guys were right.
spooky season.
The tower isn't necessarily a DLC. The 6 DLCs they added were kind of their own standalone thing, and since the end DLC they have not referenced like any future DLC. So the assumption is that those 6 are going to be the only like proper downloadable content by aside from the main game.
I wonder if they'll just add more levels or
is,
whether they'll just add more DLCs in the future.
I have a feeling they're going to try and just do what they've been doing now. And
because they've already started packaging like Ultimate Editions of the game with all the DLCs in it, so it wouldn't make sense to update that because older customers might get annoyed unless they, were provided with the newer DLCs.
So what have they added into what's the Halloween or the what is this update?
So the Halloween event that they're trying to run is it's a returning event called Spooky Fall. From what I understand, it's separate from like their Battle Pass seasons. But it's like a separate track you can work on. So it's like a mini Battle Pass. I don't know, honestly. I don't really play it for the Battle Pass stuff.
I don't even understand.
And Battle Pass is a loose term because it's not really called Battle Pass. I don't know what the exact term for it is. I'm just because it's similar to like in Fortnite, the Battle Pass. Anyways, we got the Halloween event called Spooky Fall, and then alongside that, it's like the longer lasting new like season called Fauna Fair, and it's like a bunch of like animal themed cosmetics, I guess.
Okay.
You can, given by the name. And so the Halloween event and the Fauna Fair season, those are already available. But we got a demo for, then we got a demo for the tower update, which they're adding multiplayer support to, but that is not available yet.
Okay. Wait, does the tower not have multiplayer support already?
Correct.
Oh. So for some reason I thought it did.
No.
So I played Dungeons way back when it first came out on my own, and more recently I played it with my partner, Nova. And we had a blast with that. And then when the tower came out, we were like, "Oh, cool, new content. Let's go play this." And then you just straight up can't. Which is swell.
So in a nutshell, it's just more like Halloween related things.
Well,
it seems like it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know either.
I'm not really following Dungeons. Again, like Jay, I played it at the beginning when it originally came out, but I recently replayed it. Well, I mean, I hadn't really beaten it before technically, but I recently played it again because I got it on Steam, because originally I had it on the Microsoft Store, which was really annoying, by the way. I hated that. But I bought the Ultimate Edition on Steam when it went on sale over the summer, and then I had it on my Steam Deck, so I played it through a bit on that and a bit on my PC.
Okay.
Does anyone else play Dungeons?
I mean, I do.
I'm just curious.
Dungeons enjoyers.
I played it.
You and Yog are doing a season or a series.
We're doing a playthrough, yeah, but we're only just playing it as it is. We haven't really looked into any of the season. Like I don't understand games like that have season passes and battle passes, and like I don't get that. Like that's beyond the point, though.
It's modern monetization.
Yeah.
It's just money.
Exactly. But
get with the times, old man.
Other than Dungeons, they also there's Legends, or is it just called Minecraft Legends?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is like a.
That's a totally.
How would you describe that kind of gameplay?
It is under the YouTube description for the announcement trailer says it is an upcoming action strategy game.
Yeah, it's
Based on
strategy.
the
I
looks
think
of it,
strategy
based
makes
on
sense.
the looks of it, it looks like a. It seems like a. Yeah. Okay. It seems like you get to it's a single player game. It's probably gonna have some co-op, but you basically just build bases and fight waves of like pigwin waves, it looks like.
So it's
Hmm.
Minecraft with tower defense.
The graphic style very much reminded me of Trove. If anybody's seen
True.
that.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, it does.
Then I opened Trove once.
Same. The last time it's in my Steam library. The last time I opened it was in 2016. So
It's like an open world type game. I think it's like a massive online multiplayer thing. But yeah, the style of it is very much more blocky than Minecraft, I'd say. Like Minecraft, we have these larger blocks, and I think Trove is more like smaller cubes, so you have
So it's
more
less
what you
blocky?
could call smooth shapes.
yeah, it's less blocky.
But like it's very clearly blocky though.
Mm.
Yeah,
So it kind
definitely
of
seems to be-
it has that Minecraft detail to it, and in fact, it seems more Minecraft-like than say Dungeons in the kind of overall look and marketing of it.
I
but
would.
it kind of it's definitely a very different style of gameplay than both Minecraft and Dungeons in their own kind of aspect. I think like action strategy, I think is a pretty decent summary. Because at Minecraft Live, did we get? Was it just more gameplay footage that they showed us?
I believe so.
I think it was a lot more in-depth gameplay footage because I believe before Minecraft Live, all we had was a trailer.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
which was just like cinematics.
Like
with some gameplay, maybe clips in and out. I'm not sure. But I'm intrigued.
They're definitely taking creative liberties with the art style. It's like I would argue that Dungeons looks more like Minecraft than Legends.
For sure.
Legends looks like like what is it? Revenge and what are the music videos called? The Captain Sparkles music videos.
Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, Fallen Kingdom. Literally like almost beat for beat, like the arts, like just the style of like the piglins and the nether and the invasions and all that stuff. It's like almost like too much.
Creeper.
Oh man.
Good, thank you. I'm like, hello.
But do we know when that's actually coming out, or when anything's meant to further with that?
2023.
2023, okay, which is soon because I forget that we're nearly done with 2022. Okay. Well, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, the Steam page just lists 2023.
To be specific.
So it's coming straight to Steam.
Yeah, it's gonna launch on Steam.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Ooh, interesting.
That's where I'll be buying it if I get it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I am glad that I didn't buy Dungeons until it was on Steam. just to have everything in one place.
Very much
I mean,
regret.
Yeah, and the Microsoft Store is very clunky, anyways.
But no, well, should we then that take us on to the main event, so to speak, the whole kind of thing that everyone flocks to Minecraft Live for.
Minecraft
1 point. Is it okay? So I have some questions here that hopefully someone will be able to clarify. So it is. So yes, it's all for 1.20, right?
Correct.
Actually, McPeach Pies, I have to interrupt you. You don't have the talking stick.
Who does have the talking stick?
I have had it this whole time. Noel has the talking stick.
Fake Noel. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm here to talk about Minecraft 1.20.
You haven't got the talking
stick. You guys see the... I have it.
Wait, why do you sound like an actual robot?
Because I'm using my Bluetooth headphones laying in bed.
Well, welcome to the podcast, Noel.
I'm drinking a cup of milk, and I just put away my chainsaw for the night.
There's something about a glass of milk next to a 56-volt electric chainsaw that's just like that's peak right there.
Anyway, let's talk about those camels.
I quickly just want to clarify before we get to the actual features. So, the snapshot that they've also just released, like last week, is that for 1.20? Or
no, that's for 19.3.
So it's 1.19.3, but it has 1.20 as experimental features, right?
Yes.
Somewhat.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
Hang on.
No, I don't understand. Just call it up to snapshot for 1.20. Or is it they're going to go,
I don't think they understand.
Look, we're going to add...
1.19.3.
So they're gonna add all like the bug fixes and other tweaks to 1.19.3, but then only in 1.20 will it actually have camels and other camels, smaller camels.
Oh, damn.
That's so confusing and annoying. Is that what they do in Bedrock?
Hang on.
No.
Yes.
Or yes.
They're doing different features, I think.
Can I interject to just give a little more context?
Have the talking stick.
They aren't in. Give me. They aren't in the game like snapshots have been. So
no.
Previously, like when we were getting all these new features for 1.19, let's say like mangrove stuff. In snapshots for 1.19, we were given these things like directly, and it was very, very made clear this is like the new mangrove stuff. This is coming in the major 1.19 update. This is the snapshot for the major 1.19 update. What they're doing now is we have a new snapshot for 1.19.3. In that snapshot, by default, for every user, you have the bug fixes that are going to be coming, which, I mean, aren't worth talking about. But
don't mind me.
The new features that will be coming in 1.20, those are disabled by default. You have to... They're in the form of a data pack that's kind of hidden in the background, I would say, and they have to be like enabled in order to use, which, to be fair, they somewhat started to do that in its own kind of way through the Caves and Cliffs development, which I mean, that was kind of its own thing, but like we had the skulk sensor in the game much before 1.19.
Because that was for world... no, are you thinking of 1.18? Before, like, in 1.17, I think it was, or maybe I can't remember, there was a data pack or something that was the experimental world generation, which they were tweaking on and off. But, like, that seems so much... This to me, like... Because, what is that? Like, camels, hanging signs, and again, bundles or something, like, you can only enable in the data pack. Yeah, and to me, that seems like them like playing it extra safe, like super safe, to be like, look, if we change anything, you can't say anything because it's experimental. Like we told you so. It's like that's the whole point of snapshots. Like snapshots are the development, and this is me having a little rant because it drives me nuts. And I've said this in previous podcasts before. How every time a snapshot comes out, everyone in the Minecraft community, from YouTubers to Reddit to Twitter to everyone, treats it like a big update. Like look, it's already I've seen, as soon as Minecraft Live came out, people were making videos and shorts and stuff on YouTube about Minecraft 1.20 is here. It's like, no, it's not. And I think they've tried to counteract that with the whole, look, it's actually 1.19.3, but you can try these upcoming experimental features with a data pack. It's like, okay, well, you haven't helped yourself there. You've actually made it more confusing. But it's like... That just gives like the... I think that just gives like the content hounds something to I know, but it hasn't changed anything.
That's
Like,
the
look at
problem.
me getting all confused. Oh, wait, is this a 1.19 or 1.20 snapshot? Correct answer, neither.
I think the
as
reasoning
someone-
behind this. Oh, sorry, Noel.
As someone whose uncle works at Mojang Microsoft, I can tell you that it is absolutely 100% intentional.
Yeah.
Because we do not like content, or they do not like content hounds. They could release a manure block, and 50-year-old balding Minecraft YouTubers would come on and make, this manure block is the craziest new feature they've added to Minecraft ever.
The best block in the game.
The best block. Sorry, I just put away my chainsaw.
Why was
I'm
that
sitting in my-
impression so accurate?
I just put away my chainsaw. I'm currently sitting in the dark in my garage drinking milk here.
So your point?
This isn't
Wait, hang on.
on
What's your
brand with
point?
Noel, I swear.
Something about Minecraft 1.19.
Their uncle works at Mojang.
My uncle works at Mojang, and they said that they're doing that because it's easier.
I believe the real reason is so that they can update the game with non-content updates, such as bug fixes
build
related to the
slow.
new chat system
Yeah.
and like other network-related features, which I love. By the way, we got a new packet that allows us to place players in the world without actually having to give them a player profile, like the profile data. Anyways,
What?
tell me
So-
more.
So
No,
Mojang,
essentially, they're trying to do. They can release bug fixes at the
Chasing the
same
bats.
time that they're working on the content.
Oh,
Or like if a piece of content is dependent on a bug update, like a bug fix, for some reason, I don't know. Like if I don't know, maybe camels actually crash your game if you try to send
camels
a
can dodge roll
a
out
chat
of
message.
existence
I don't
and
know.
go into
That's
the
unsigned.
back rooms.
But basically they can release bug fixes at the same time as they're developing content without having to backport it to older versions.
you know what's going to happen, though?
Like it. What?
1.19.3 is going to come out, and everyone's going to go, where are the camels?
No, everybody's going to be
no.
like, this is the final version of Camel. See, it's in a major release, but it's behind an experimental version flag.
So why don't they... So you're saying that instead of going, okay, here's 1.19.3 with a whole lot of bug fixes, and here's 1.20 with camels, they're just going to work on both at the same time and then release the
Well,
features at different times.
What it would have been alternatively is we get no 1.19.3 and we're left in the dark for bug fixes until 1.20.
Yeah. Right.
They're gatekeeping camels.
Basically, we wouldn't have gotten.
Oh.
Sorry, is there there's one of the
So-
three.
We've got.
Oh,
precedents.
God.
That's what
So
happens.
my uncle actually works for Mojang, and I can tell you that's exactly what they're doing.
Good to know.
Also, on the
Wow,
on the
teamwork.
topic of
Rockets.
whatever wonderful packet thing that you were talking about, I want to let you know that Mojang giveth and Mojang taketh. Mojang has completely destroyed half of my resource packs in the 1.20 update.
Oh yeah, didn't they
Did they add new UI?
remove custom?
An undocumented change of all things.
Yeah, I remember seeing tons of breaking changes to the Fabric Resource Loader API.
Yeah, just completely broke my resource packs. So,
It also broke my resource packs. I now realize, so I have to go through and find out new ways to do that.
luckily, since my uncle works at Mojang,
Yeah.
I've
Tell us
got
about that.
I've got insider knowledge on that change, and it says, "I don't care. It's how it is, or it is what it is." When Mojang's
A Swedish podcast have said, and I quote, "It is what it is."
Yeah.
Yeah, can you ask your uncle about when we're getting colored lighting?
So true.
I wanna bring the conversation back
My-
to 1.19.3 and 1.20.
Hold on.
Can somebody summarize what actually is in 1.19.3 in that case then?
bug fixes.
Bug fixes.
Just bug fixes.
Just bug fixes, no content. Well,
Bug
technically
fixes.
content, but not really content.
Like?
Bug fixes. Bug fixes.
Bug fixes?
Camels. And
Okay, no,
Well,
shush.
we'll
Hang
talk about
on.
that later.
See what I mean? See what I mean? So why?
Signs aren't coming.
Why don't they do like?
Look, the camels are in there and they're not at the same time. Just deal with it.
Why don't they
Schrodinger's
do
camel.
like 1.19.3 pre-release 1, like they've done in the past, and then do like Snapshot, whatever we are. What Snapshot is it?
But 23A.
23. So Noel, since your uncle works at Mojang,
Yeah, my uncle works at Mojang.
Can you give him the feedback?
Do we know
he
when?
told me to tell you what the pound sand.
Do we know when 1.19.3 is estimated to be released, or is that just whenever?
2025.
Yeah, my uncle told me when it's ready.
Tell your uncle thanks from the Existence podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Valuable
Noel's
information.
uncle.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
120.
All right, then. So
Everyone
camels.
in the comments.
What's in 1 or what's experimental in 1.19.3 to be released
Well,
in 1.20?
Yeah.
Camels.
So
That's
far,
actually crazy.
Camels.
I've got the talking stick, Noel.
Yeah, what? I'm the one with the 56 volt chainsaw in my head. I don't know what you're trying to get at.
So camels.
Minecraft 1.20. So far, what they've announced is well, let's just go through the list actually, rather than listing it all at once.
Yeah.
The first thing they announced were new default skins,
But
which
they've already been
technically aren't
released.
exclusive to 1.20. They're already released. So,
We can come back to
Say
those.
about camels.
and
Hanging signs.
hanging signs, yes. I think
Yay.
this is a perfect feature. Wasn't at all stolen from any existing mods. Supplementaries. But
You can only get so creative.
that's fair. I think hanging signs are really cool. One of the main
Yeah.
differences between hanging signs and normal signs is, well, one, they're hanging,
hang.
but two, they can only yeah,
It's nuts.
but two, they only have 2 lines of text, and I believe they're shorter.
No.
Oh, is it
they
only
they
2?
have 4 lines of text.
Or is
No,
it they have 4 lines of
years.
text, but the shorter.
Yeah,
lines.
you're spreading
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
spreading fake news right now. You
My
are
bad.
part of the
I'm part of the
anti-Mojang
problem.
propaganda. You are part of the problem. Go back to making YouTube.
What was that noise? And also,
Sorry,
it's
my
worth
uncle.
mentioning that I know that on Twitter they've been running like polls and discussions and stuff about the length of the text as well. Because I think it might be different on Bedrock versus Java, because of course. Can't source that tweet, but I
And
know
don't
that
forget on Bedrock, they also filter sign text.
yeah, that's true.
They actually.
Because to clarify, hanging signs are not coming in 1.19.3. They are experimental.
No.
Correct.
Good. So
They can
everything,
be crafted. Oh, sorry.
everything here may change. In fact, they might even remove them altogether. Because what the Minecraft community
They
keeps
would
forgetting
never do that,
is
would they?
these are experimental. And it's a snapshot. It's a development version.
Camels.
1.20 is not here.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
McPeace.
sorry,
were you
guys.
not aware?
No more camels.
Were you not
just tall
aware
horses
that
now.
hanging signs are poisonous to camels?
Yeah,
So
I
they
think
gotta
should
remove
camels.
them. Yeah, just get rid of camels.
Back
That's right, you can't put them in your bundles.
So
You know,
is it?
back in my
So
day,
what I've noticed as well is it stripped logs? It's not necessarily just like it's not normal
Yes.
planks. It's stripped
They
logs.
Oh yeah, they're more expensive to craft. They're crafted with stripped logs and chains.
Hmm.
On the bright side, strip logs now have a use
Ooh.
other than building.
Well,
Yeah.
Can't they be used for something else? Or am I
Well, you
going
make
crazy?
them into
Just
planks.
Wasting wood.
Do you? Oh no, I was thinking of logs and say like campfires or smokers. Noel, when are we
Yeah.
gonna make the cheaper hanging signs at Datapack?
my
Well, aren't they
uncle said
already
that
cheaper
his-
because chains are cheaper?
Yeah, my uncle already said he was adding that. So
Good to know.
also, Also, I just want to let you know that back in my day, we just put signs on floating air instead of these newfangled hanging signs. You kids have it too privileged these days. we just we just put signs on barriers. Why did they add hanging signs? Telling stories. The only story I need to tell with signs is a 4-line poem, a sonnet, if you would. Guys,
I got nothing. I got no
like
response to that. Trying to understand what you're even trying to say. But
I feel like this podcast could need a lot of editing.
I don't have time for that. So
I think it's
hanging signs,
signs,
and there's also bamboo signs because they've added a whole bunch of new bamboo blocks.
Oh, that's the next feature. We weren't done with hanging signs. You didn't even talk about how they can hang from sides of a block, bottom of a block, or from the bottom of a narrow block.
Yeah,
oh my god!
Tell us how they're
guys.
crafted too. Oh wait, never mind. You said that already.
Now we can move on to bamboo wood and peach pies. You can have the talking stick.
Okay. Even though I wasn't planning on doing much talking this podcast, so I'm still sick. But so yes, bamboo blocks, which I personally don't think they look good and will potentially never build with them. That's a matter of personal opinion, or at least in the demonstration images they've used, I think they look atrocious. Is that a fair statement?
Maybe with some texture.
I do not like the texture. I think many mods have done better bamboo textures. For example, I was just showing McPeach Pies last night while we were working on a top secret, or was it this later? No, it was today.
It was
my god! Anyway,
yeah.
Yeah, we were looking at the Twigs mod, which had some good stripped bamboo textures.
Yeah. I think it's also like
yeah, the fences look alright, but the rest of the trapdoors look cool too. I think
it's I think it's maybe too saturated, and I think also just the context of the demonstrations they've given with like the little like standing hut and the house they made
fully out of bamboo.
What's that block called? Mosaic bamboo or something? Bamboo
tile?
mosaic.
Bamboo mosaic.
Yeah, it's like so overwhelmingly busy. I'm sure in context, like especially as a floor potentially, or like just as bamboo pillars or something. But like the example images don't do it justice. And yeah, like the bamboo mod that we were looking at earlier today, looked a lot better. I think that was just down to the saturation and the busyness of it. But like again, these are experimental, so everything may change. But like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just annoyed because I personally feel like it would have been fine if they went, here's a snapshot for 1.19.3, and later we'll give you the 1.20 snapshot. Like, they didn't have to do it straight away. But anyway, that's old topic, old news. Is it just the 2 blocks? So what's it called? Is it just bamboo block? Or bamboo wood?
I'm sure it's bamboo.
I think it's bamboo plain. I don't know actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mosaic bamboo.
Other things.
Yeah, because it's like there's fences, gates, doors. I like the door. Door doesn't look too bad.
Bamboo planks.
Okay.
The wiki says
also,
planks.
Are they directional?
No.
Okay, that's maybe part of the problem too. Because yeah, like in that example,
there's a lot of problems with it. That's just one of them.
Oh, you're not on your headset anymore.
Yeah, no, I woke up. I put the chainsaw away.
Oh, good. Your uncle hooked you up with a new get-up.
So, about the bamboo wood set, I saw an interesting take that I just wanted to bring up. I think it was on Twitter. Someone was about the texture. Someone was like, "Why aren't they green? We have really like."
I don't want green.
Well, like
we have bamboo is green.
We have woods that cover the entire like color spectrum except for that green area. And I'm not talking like a super vibrant green, but like it would be interesting to see at some point, whether it's bamboo or not.
Are you talking about the
green shaded wood?
Like the light green inside of the bamboo?
Could be that color. Could be I don't really know. Like,
well, the thing with any plant is when it's only green because it's alive. Like once you cut it off, it goes, it withers and it goes pale.
There was a suggestion that I saw, and it was to have 2 different bamboo woods, and one of them was like the live bamboo,
And the other
one
was
of them,
or dead.
yeah, the other one was dead.
So one could be like bamboo planks, and the other one could be block of bamboo.
Yeah, and also there's a suggestion of big bamboo as well.
Big bamboo block.
Like,
hey guys, how y'all doing?
Oh, like a big stalk.
Oh, yeah.
You can take my seat.
like wall sized or what?
No, like a full block.
We can finally make the bamboo basin out of bamboo.
Yeah, it'd be a full block of bamboo, like the same style as like a actual bamboo stalk.
Oh.
And it would like.
Oh no.
Keep talking.
It would have it would have the feature. It would basically generate like bamboo like forest.
Yeah.
So it would have this like this big thing, and that would cover like the log part of bamboo, and it would cover like the stripped version of log bamboo, all that good stuff.
It would be interesting to have some more variations in bamboo as a block, rather than just being like one type of plant. Especially for like bamboo jungles and stuff. Like they look cool up from a distance, but as soon as you're in it, it's all just the same. So yeah. But we did get rafts though, which is kind of neat. Not that they actually bring anything special to the table, but they look cool. Like I feel like that could be cool if you could, I don't know, like tie 2 rafts together or something.
That'd be interesting.
Wide raft.
A chain.
Raft.
I was joking. I was joking on Twitter when they originally got announced. Obviously, the new boat model means we're getting custom entity models in vanilla.
You know, actually, on that topic, I think it was very funny how in the Minecraft Live they shared how easy it is to make new entity models in Blockbench, and then
Bedrock.
For Bedrock, and then immediately proceeded to do the mob vote thing, saying that they could only add one of them. I thought there was some kind of cynical like humor there.
Oh, my boat.
What bid? Why? Oh, okay.
We'll get to that. We'll get to the mob vote.
Yeah. Well, what's next, Galaxy?
We'll get to the mob vote.
Chiseled bookshelves.
Okay.
Whoa.
This feature, honestly,
hype.
This is like hype feature. So chiseled bookshelves are going to be a new type of block that can actually store books inside of them. Whether that's, I believe, normal books or enchanted books or even book and quills, signed books, any kind. It can store up to 6 books.
6, yeah.
3 in each shelf.
So, but it's not a container though. It's not like you can click on it. It doesn't have an inventory.
Container.
It's just
like an in-world interaction,
which I like.
Yeah.
I like that. I wish it was.
It works a lot differently than how I would have.
Slightly different.
Jinx.
Yeah, like true. The way it works now is you can only add books in like a sequential order and then take them out, in reverse.
Yeah.
So if you put 6 books in, the book you put in first, you have to take the other 5 out in order to access it. If it was a matter of like, where is your mouse on the screen, and you actually had to aim at every individual book or book slot to put things in, like that might be a little more complicated when it comes to coding that, but
yeah, like
that just makes sense, right?
If it were to be something where you put a book in every single slot and have them be independent of each other, it would. I don't even know. Are they already tile entities? I don't know the actual implementation.
I feel like it's just a different block state. Because to me, it would be, when I first heard that they were adding them, I thought it was going to be like you put the book in this slot, you can then pick it up out of that slot, like instead of like. But then I don't know, like you said, I don't know anything about coding, so like you'd have to have different like interaction points for the same block. I think it has to be
a tile entity already. It's a tile entity already, I think, because it's storing books inside of it. It would have to, yeah.
I mean, it would be cool if like you could open it like a chest, so like the furnace is and has different states.
But it only has 6 slots, so I don't know if it really.
How many books?
But then again, a hopper has 5 states.
A furnace has 3
5
states.
slots.
The furnace has 3 slots. Think about that.
But those can store like a complex item stacks. Like they can hold up to 64 items in each stack, whereas this is just put a book.
Sorry. How many hold only 1 stack of things?
This is a dumb question, but in the standard bookshelf block, how many books? How many books in the bookshelf?
Like 11 or 12. 11 or 12 or something like that.
I think that's the other thing that I'm kind of like. I wish it looked, or it might. Again, these are experimental blocks in 1.19.3 Snapshot. So everything could change, and they might not even add them. But like I feel like there's such a heavy contrast in the style of the texture compared to normal bookshelves. Like to me, if they were
books,
it should be chunky books. If the what's it called? The
what is it called? I don't know.
Chiseled bookshelf. Which again why is it called a chiseled bookshelf? Like why not just call it? Why not just call it?
Okay. Well,
bookshelf.
A bookcase.
The thing about it is
bookcase.
The actual interactable area is only on one side of the block, and the rest of the block has a chiseled look.
Which it reminds me of the top
chiseled bookshelf.
Looms, or not looms. What's that?
Yeah.
What am I thinking of?
The
beehives.
Beehives.
Like I've got in the picture, yeah.
You know, it's really funny. Yeah, you have that in our reference picture. There are.
Oh my gosh, I do.
Chilling on the ground, and it blends in so well. I feel like if the interactable side was on all 4 sides, or maybe even there's 3.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it having just one side, and I guess it makes sense. Like if you imagine you build a library in your house or in your base.
That's true.
And then all the shelves are empty, and then over time you slowly fill it up. Like that's kind of cool. But like I don't know, I just wish there was just a bit more consistency with the texturing. And
if
again,
you did
that
fill
might
it all
change.
the way up.
Yeah.
If you did fill it all the way up, you'd be telling a pretty big story.
Oh,
You would.
1.20, the storytelling update.
Well, yeah.
That's actually a contender for the name, because that's definitely the theme of the features they've been adding so far.
Yes, because Bamboo screams story.
Hey, you can have they advertised a very immersive story, riding a raft on the jungle river.
I love storytelling.
Take the last book out.
When did they start naming updates? I guess they've done it forever, really, haven't they?
The last one.
Like they had
beta 1.8 was the adventure
update.
Yeah, okay. So I guess no. I was going to make a statement about that, but I feel like that's fair that they got a name every update.
Yeah, I was going to say I think they started in the betas.
Well, I think it was really beta 1.8. That was under the adventure update. Because that gave you an adventure like starving to death and famine.
Yay!
Woohoo!
I love hunger.
I mean, it is kind of cool because they're red. You can. Oh no, but then the redstone's even convoluted. What am I? Oh my goodness! Because like, what is it like? It's something to do with like the signal outputted by a comparator is like something along the lines of the like last book you took out or something confusing. Like it's not like you think it would be. Oh, it measures how many books are in the bookshelf. No, it's like. Yeah, the last number, like the book, like the last slot or something that the book you took out was from, and then it doesn't change or something. It's very confusing. Everyone's just dying. We're all going mad from bookshelves.
No, it's not everyone. Can I have the talking stick, please?
Oh, I have it. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, never mind.
Intercepted.
Oh, I don't want this.
Yeah, can I have the talking stick, please? Yeah, I think chisel bookshelves overall are pretty cool.
Why are you hitting MC?
I'm a little disappointed in the fact. Oh, thank you. I'm a little disappointed in the fact that here you go. I'm a little disappointed in the fact that chisel bookshelves have a texture that's like unique to like the side. One thing I've noticed a lot in building is that there's not a lot of like smooth dark, like the colors of like dark oak and other plank, and you get this chiseled bookshelf with these like this smooth wood texture, like the delicious color palette of the wood, and it's like smooth, and you get that with the chiseled bookshelf, but it's only in oak, and it's only on
lighter
a
than
block.
oak though. It doesn't
Yeah,
match
you're right.
exactly.
It is slightly lighter than
Yeah,
oak.
I why don't they do something like, you know, different wood type bookshelves or different wood type chests? Like, just expand that, as well as adding. Like, I think having an interactable bookshelf is a really cool idea. I just think that the way that they've implemented it so far, because again, these are experimental. These are not in 1.19.3, nor in the latest snapshot. They're technically not even in either. They're just experimental, and they may change and also be removed. But
You're not salty about something being removed, are you?
no, I'm not. Like, I honestly don't care that things get removed like that. I'm salty at the Minecraft community's expectations for what they think snapshots and such mean. I'm just tired of everyone going. Like, for example, Minecraft 1.5 Minecraft Live comes out, and then instantly everyone's like, 1.20 is here. I'm very salty about that. But I think the way that they've just gone, let's add a configurable, interactable bookshelf, but then they've also kind of made it like more of a pain to use than I think it should be. I feel like it should be more simple than it is. Like, I feel like it should be just, here's an empty bookshelf, put books in it, not chiseled bookshelf, weird redstone mechanics, have to take out the last item you put in, which is also why bundles kind of annoy me, because it's like, you can't really interact with it. You just got to like dump everything out or pick everything up. Which again, though, bundles haven't even been added because they're still experimental.
What are your opinions on the copper horn? Just you're talking a lot about features that might get removed. What are your opinions on the copper horn?
I feel like the copper horn just added like too much. Like, in terms of having all of the horns as they were, and then all of the copper horns as well. Like, that's just a lot of different, like, items. Maybe if they'd done, like, half as many standard, like, goat horns, and then made the other half, like, copper horns, instead of just being, like, you know, heaps of like, almost too much. That's the other thing. Like, I'm all down for a smaller update. Like, you know, not every update has to be twice the size of the one that came before it, which I think is something that we kind of talked about and learnt from 1.19 when we did those couple of
Update part 5.
Yay.
Yay.
You find camels in caves.
Yo,
camels now spawned in
camel.
desert caves, dry caves or something they'd probably call it. I don't know. I've lost track of my point.
What makes a wet cave? What makes a wet cave?
Just lots of
I don't want to. I don't want. There's children watching.
lots of drip.
Yeah, because that's drip. Yeah.
Dripstone caves.
Well, since
They already exist.
I've blabbered about bookshelves now, does anyone else have any other additions to the bookshelves before we move on to camels?
I'm sad you can't pick any book out. Just the last one.
Yeah, it's a little bit confusing.
I might have spaced out. We talked about redstone, right? And
Yeah.
I think it's cool that they added that functionality, though.
Yeah, but it's
Like
very
the
confusing.
But yeah,
I don't know. Like, to me, it would just be comparative measures how many books in the bookshelf out of as many as it can take.
Yeah.
you know what they should add redstone functionality to?
What's
Why?
that,
Bombs.
What is purple J?
What?
PNT.
Minecraft camel can seat 2 players.
That's crazy.
So you're saying that
Minecraft
you should better
camel.
measure how many people are sitting in a camel?
Yes, we should be able to
this
automate
Minecraft
taxi
camel
services
can-
using camels.
Also,
Minecraft
camels.
camel.
The experimental camels only have 1 bump when actual camels have 2.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
who put the
Camel.
fuck out?
Depends on the camel. Hold on, I got this. I'll use my mailroom lighter. Oh wait, no, I want to use. Hold on. There we go.
How do you put it out?
So
Did you
Stop.
know that camels were directly inspired by Star Fox? The game Star Fox? They're like, do a
Very
barrel
hard
roll,
to-
and then camels dash forward, and it's
They
like
do a
their
barrel
legs
roll.
break
Yeah,
completely, and their legs just start flailing around.
Oh yes. Speaking of legs, in the most recent update, the most recent snapshot, they fixed the walking animation because originally they had it so that the legs on each side were moving independent of each other. When in reality, everybody knows that camels walk with like their 2 sides moving together.
yeah, I definitely knew that.
Guys,
Guys,
wouldn't make any sense at all.
who actually cared about that?
They also
I
can't
did.
go up 1 block.
They
I
what?
did Noel.
The same people who cared about fireflies being poisonous to frogs.
Well, those people.
Why
should
don't the
leave
frogs just
Minecraft
not
community.
eat the
They're ruining
fireflies?
everything.
Problem solved.
Just too much work.
Or
Did your
just add
uncle
them
tell
as
you
an
that?
atmospheric thing and not mobs.
My uncle said it was easier to delete all the concept art with fireflies and gaslight the community.
Yeah, well, your uncle also probably said that the mob vote was a good idea.
The mob
So-
vote was
He
rigged.
voted
How
for
much credibility-
Phantoms.
Yeah, he
Let's
didn't
be
vote
fair.
for Tough Golem.
So
The mob vote was rigged.
camels can ride 2 players, and that's about it. They're tall
They
horses.
can ride 2 players?
They can.
Excuse me?
The tables have turned.
They can seat 2
They can
players.
see 2 players. The saddles,
Ooh.
like quadruple in size for some reason. Is anyone like how many
They're
people
also-
still use horses?
I think
keep
I
them around.
have a horse. Yeah, lying around.
I have one
just
for
kinda-
like the novelty.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I have a few,
exactly.
but I don't
It's the
use them.
novelty.
Yeah.
If you
The
had 50
decorations.
horses, they would not survive.
What's cool though is the mob is so tall that like mobs
Zombies?
can't hit you.
Until a creeper
Yeah,
rocks up or
exactly.
a skeleton.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a phantom.
Yeah,
Or a spider.
The reference picture. The reference picture for this is a camel being surrounded by like 6
like husks.
desert zombies.
Yeah, because they needed to remind people that husks exist.
Husks. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what they're.
True.
I see them more than strays.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I mean,
True.
how many people hang out in snowbox exist in season 3? Not many.
Yeah, that's right.
Shall we? We waddled through our conversation about
Yes.
Legends and Dungeons for a bit, and I had a couple rants about a couple things. So should we continue on now to Jay's favorite subject, the mob vote?
Oh God.
Who has the talking stick?
I think
Who has the
Banana
talking
has
stick?
it.
God, give me the talking stick.
Okay, before
I
Jay is allowed.
Do in fact randomly have
Before
it.
Jay is allowed to go unhinged,
I don't have the talking
Um,
stick.
I want to get an idea. I think we should cover what they was, what they were, and what they supposedly did.
And who we
And,
voted
yeah,
for?
and we'll go around and see what everyone voted for. And we all know that Jay didn't vote, so we'll come back to him last. But so we had
I
announced in order.
Okay.
There was the Galaxy. Help me out here first. Where is Galaxy?
I don't know what was announced first. Hold on.
yeah, of
Sniffer.
course.
Sniffer. It was the
Quick.
sniffer.
Oh, it was the sniffer.
Yeah,
That's
so it was
right.
rigged from the beginning. So there was the sniffer, which is like, I don't know, a dinosaur or something, and it sniffs and finds plants. And there's an egg. I know.
Then
Then what? The rascal.
it was the sniffer and it was rascal. Yes, sorry, I was literally pulling up
Yeah.
as you said that. The rascal was like it was very unclear. It spawned in mine shafts or underground. We weren't sure, and it supposedly gave like special loot. but
Only
we weren't
after
sure
you
what the loot
found
was,
it 3 times
and
or
it would, like,
something.
break
It was
by
yeah.
3 times. They were very specific about it being 3 times. Which It didn't. Yeah, it was very confusing.
And then-
and that okay. The tough golem, which was objectively the
Hey,
worst one,
hey now.
obviously.
Wait.
Compared to something that you have to find when you're mining,
it
that would
just
give you
sat
useless
there,
loot.
And it just sat there and held the items that you already had, making it even more
Yeah,
useless.
but it looks so cool. It was like
and
It's
you could-
adorable.
I guess you could decorate it with.
We'll come back
different
to it.
types of wool,
I'm
but-
getting ahead of myself.
But I think what we need to talk about is the difference in presentation for all three
yes.
of these mobs.
There was an
I
absolute
think
bias.
The sniffer, it was very biased in favor of the sniffer for the presentation, which is why the sniffer won with over
Well,
half
I think
the
you
votes.
can summarize that with they clearly thought of the sniffer. It's like for I know there's a few of us Lego nerds in this podcast today. It's like Lego Creator 3-in-1 sets. There's one really good one that clearly they started with, and then the two substitute ones, which they're like, we've got all these pieces, what else can we build with them? And I feel like that's what this year's mob vote was like. They were like, okay, we have this idea that we want to add, but we better make it a mob vote, because we have to have a mob vote. And they had the sniffer, and they're like, okay, we need to come up with 2 other ideas. And we're like, okay, well, we have the Cave and Cliff update, so we'll add something related to caves. And the copper golem lost again, so we'll add another golem. Someone at Mojang really wants to add golems, and I can't blame them. But yeah, so the sniffer
with you with that
was
one.
very feature rich, so to speak. The sniffer was like does one thing, and then the tough golem also did like one thing.
So I think another issue is the fact that the Rascal and Tough Golems, like, a lot of the information they had was also locked behind like blog posts instead of the original video. While the Sniffer, everything it could do was all laid out.
Again,
Did we
presentation.
like? Was it confirmed if the Sniffer, like, what kind of items it would? Not the Sniffer, sorry. The Rascal would give you. Was it just like enchanted tools?
An iron
Yeah.
pickaxe.
Enchanted
Okay, so-
tools, yeah.
Well, that's what the video
If
suggested.
they like streamlined the process of what the Rascal did and like explained it better, I think it had a decent shot.
So
at
I
winning.
was quite surprised that
you vote for the
so
Rascal?
spoilers.
It beat the
That's-
tough
that's-
golem
Yeah,
in the
I was
vote.
so
Funny thing is,
surprised
yeah,
by
I did.
that.
Yeah. Everyone had it like
Hmm.
dead last, but
Ert, you were
poor
saying?
tough golem.
Make golems
Oh.
good. Make them do something useful, and then we'll see
Mm.
some growth.
Well, they picked things
I
up.
know, and they would have. Thank you.
It's like an anti.
Okay,
Maybe
let's
they'll
go.
get
Let's
added.
do it. Let's do around the table.
I can
Everyone,
pick things
everyone,
up whenever
everyone's
I
run
want,
around.
though.
Find your seats.
Maybe they'll get added just like the Moobloom.
Noel, come back. Rory.
Yeah, we can hope.
I welcome to the mansion.
We'll come back
I
to
got
you then.
distracted.
Galaxy, who did or what did you vote for?
Bro.
I voted for the Sniffer, the best
That wasn't
mob.
the question. MC, what did you vote for?
Of course,
Good
the
boy.
tough goal.
What did you vote for? If you voted.
Okay.
Oh.
You're saying I can't be
Quiet,
biased, but okay.
What? Did I
No,
do
what did you vote for?
No,
You-
Rascal, of course.
Oh,
Rascal
interesting.
Sweep.
You're the
Rascal
only
Sweep.
person I've met who voted for the Rascal that I know of. Little?
Yeah, okay, I'm out.
It was the sniffer for me.
No, Jay didn't vote. I voted
there
for
was
the
more.
tough golem because hashtag tough luck. I coined that. Noel?
I voted for just the what is it? The little gremlin.
There could be
Rascal.
any of them.
Yeah, I voted.
Yeah, got me up.
The little
I
guy, the little,
I voted,
little
I
guy.
voted for the
The
little
Hunchback
cave
of Notre
gremlin
Dame.
because I wanted to
little
lock. I wanted to lock it in a cage inside my basement.
I remember that's what
Everyone-
when like Allays before Allays came out. I was so worried that everyone's gonna like employ them for not employ, but like get them for slave labor.
You wouldn't believe what
Nothing.
everyone's done. You wouldn't
Absolutely
believe what happened.
nothing.
No. The
Nothing
very
is-
few people who use the lays shove them in cauldrons.
Just make a sorting like a sorting block.
Literally,
Oh, because they pick
That's
up
such a
items,
good point.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. So now all of a sudden, yeah, you've
Yeah.
got a sorting block. That's a good idea.
you just shove the allays in cauldrons and like lobotomize them with an end
All
rod.
right, how about
It's
instead of
crazy.
talking about animal abuse, Banana Bubble, what did you vote for?
I voted for the tough golem.
Hashtag tough luck. No bias.
Sniffer sweep.
Is that all of us?
Hashtag sniffer sweep.
Jay, would you like to express your thoughts?
Did
you vote? That's my first question.
Love
Did
to
you
express
vote?
my thoughts. Okay, I am in
Yes, no.
everything I am
That's a
about
yes
to
or no.
in everything I am about to say. I am going to sound like such a
Did
hypocrite
you vote?
because yes, I
What
did.
did
vote.
you vote for?
I voted this year.
Free Chocobox.
I voted for the sniffer.
How dare you?
I will take it. Whose box is
Littles.
I did vote this year. I voted for the sniffer. To be fair, every year I have voted. Last year I voted for the elite. I voted for the swamp the previous year and the desert the previous, and
I don't even
then
remember what
I
I
was one
voted
of the
for.
people that voted for
No.
Phantoms. Don't say it. You're gonna say it, aren't you? See, I don't
Phantoms.
mind.
Oh.
who here. Okay, hang on. Who here
I don't
voted for the
remember.
Phantom? Because
No.
I guarantee you I'm not the only one.
I didn't.
So
know that.
just
I
want
didn't
to let
vote.
you all know that there was maybe like 5,000 people voting in the
Yeah.
first mob vote.
Yeah.
Like
And
then
so about
what was it,
1,000
like-
about 1,000 people voted for the Phantom, or like it was 1,500, I think.
And then like
Now we're stuck with it.
5,000 people alone voted for like the lowest mob,
I-
wasn't it? Or no, it was like 50,000. We had like so many votes, right?
I believe
There
the
were so
amount of people
many.
that voted for the sniffer were more than the people who voted in total last year.
It's become a much more
Yeah.
publicized and public event since it first originated. That's for sure. And there is a much bigger input
So-
on the overall kind of mob voting from a lot of the community now. Like every year, it's got bigger and bigger and bigger. But again, as Jay's probably about to
So-
say, do we need a mob vote?
I talk about this every year because it's a game that I'm passionate about. So it's like an issue that I'm passionate about. I am not necessarily against the idea of a vote. I am against the execution of how Mojang does it, which I guess is kind of a common theme. I feel like we play a game that does not have a lot of life. Like for the video listeners of this podcast, looking out into the swamp, it's like we all can look too. There's nothing. It's a barren biome, and it's supposed to be a lush mangrove forest. Like
It's just trees. That's it.
Lots of trees.
I have always felt like this. Exactly. I have always felt like this game needs more life, and I feel like mobs are a perfect way to do that. Why don't we have more frogs in this biome? Why don't we have fireflies? Why don't we have,
they're poisonous.
I don't know, alligators or like butterflies or like
Butterflies would be so cool.
the game needs more life. And
How
that
hard
could
is it to
be
develop
like
a mob?
mobs that could be mobs that have a purpose. I'll just use a horse as an example, or that could have mobs that are simply there for the feeling of life. I think the bat in that case is a perfect example. The world could use more life, and I don't think the vote every year is a bad thing. Having a vote. What I think the issue is with the mob vote is we are presented with 3 creative ideas that I would say could all fit very well into the game, could all have their own unique, uses, and that I would say everybody would like to see all 3 in the game, right? Like, personally, I would have loved to have, rascals running around caves or
Moobloom.
or tough golems just kind of sitting in my base. It's Moobloom's another perfect example, like a little more life in the
There were
flower
so many
forest, or-
people, it seemed, that wanted Mooblooms, but then they didn't win, and I was so surprised.
Is that the dream vote?
What?
That was the one where we got
Hey,
ghosts and
don't-
yeah.
don't hate
Yeah.
on Glow Squid. We got glowing
Um,
signs and other glowing things.
We were given
That's
a
exactly my point,
half-baked
though.
mob.
It's funny.
That's
because
exactly my
Yeah.
point, though.
You could have made
if-
glowstone useful.
If both were added, it would be a totally different situation. And I again, I say every year, the simple solution is we are given this mob vote this year. Next update is 1.20. So the winner of the mob vote was the Sniffer. Sniffer gets added in 1.20. Why are the two losing mobs not added in the next?
They
update
always used to say like these
Right?
features will
Like-
be coming in later
Right.
versions and blah blah blah, and like then they what did they did something they followed up on.
We got the snow.
Oh, yeah.
We got
They
Snow
only-
Ears. Well, that was we voted for that. We voted for that. We voted for Mountains 1.
Well,
those
technically, we got
promises that
frogs
they
and chest
made.
votes.
Those promises that they made were only for the biome
Oh,
vote.
right.
Mhm.
And so far we have gotten a swamp, and I believe that is it now.
Well, we've technically gotten half of the proposed biomes because
Yeah.
there were 6 in total. 2 of them won, being the taiga and the mountains.
taiga got a
and then
huge
they added
update.
the proposed swamp. Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you saw how big the update was. A single new plant and a single new mob.
and a single
yeah.
new block.
Huge.
Oh, campfire. Okay, campfire.
Wait, I thought 14 added a
Campfires
block.
are great.
Oh, the campfires, I
Yeah,
guess.
campfires.
But that
That was
doesn't
it.
naturally generate.
No. I guess in
Um,
villages.
In village.
Incorrect.
yeah.
Yes, it does in
Yeah, it
villages.
does.
Oh,
Busted.
Yeah,
If-
that'll be.
Point being, as Jay was saying,
If we were to
I
get,
think
if
it's
we were
time
to get,
to hang up my hat.
if we were to get the Rascal and Tough Golem in the 1.21 update, everybody would be happy, but people aren't, because these two incredible mobs that were thought out to whatever degree, and people fell in love with and were shown to us, they're gone. They're never coming to the game. They will never see the light of day again. Those ideas have been put in a box and locked up, and that's it. And that's the same, like with plenty of the mobs we've mentioned, like the
Mhm.
Copper Golem. We're never going to see that. I think that's a great idea. The Moobloom, like
Moobloom.
I don't know. It's a shame, like showing features, fleshing out features, and then just saying, "Yeah, actually we're good."
Am
We're
I
not
the
gonna be
only
adding
one?
these.
Am I the only one here that voted for the Isologer that year?
a
I voted
lot
for
of
the
people
Iceologer.
voted for that.
It was the best one.
I think. Well, what it was, Isologer got voted out in the first round. I think I voted Isologer
I
originally.
voted Iceologer first round, but
And then second round, I think I voted Moobloom.
I voted Moobloom as well for second round.
And
I'm just glad that they
Well-
made it a 24-hour vote this time, because every other vote I don't think I've actually had a chance to vote, because it's always like middle of the night for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's been like 3 or
Yeah.
5 in the morning.
Yeah.
And on Twitter. At least now they've got it.
Yeah. So that's the big thing. The mob vote used to be
Hmm.
through Twitter polls, and this year it was, like we mentioned, moved to
3 places.
3 places. It was the Minecraft launcher, the Minecraft website, and
The in-game Bedrock server.
the in-game
Yeah,
Bedrock
not like
server.
a
That's
realm.
right. That's right. And yeah, it was open for 24 hours. You vote once per account. It's recorded, and that's that. And like we had previously mentioned, this was the most voted year, and maybe that's because it's increasing in popularity, but also I feel like making it more accessible.
it was
definitely
it
a
was-
big move.
There was an increase in
Yeah, it gives a
accessibility.
lot of us a chance to vote. That
There's a lot of
It's
kids
not
who
a
play
ridiculous
Minecraft
hours.
that don't have Twitter.
Don't know
Probably for the best.
exactly.
They should never get
Exactly.
Twitter.
That's a good point.
It's a
Yeah,
hell
so-
place.
How are we
Terrible.
all feeling about what we've been showing with 1.20 so far? Do we think, like, is that something that we're actually interested in, or are we more like bring on 1.19.3, woohoo?
I'm cool with all the content they've announced so far. Like if 1.20 was just the content we've gotten and told to us, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually have to disagree. Yeah, I think it's really nice how they have only shown us what's quote unquote done.
What's actually in the game.
Rather than what's actually in the game, yes. Rather than showing off features that they plan on adding, haven't really gotten around to yet, just kind of have a concept for fireflies.
Birch forests. But again, like... I don't know what all the fuss like fireflies. I kind of get why people are so mad about that. Like they had it in the game. The reason for removing it was kind of silly. But like the birch forest, that was just concept art. Like, have you ever seen movie concept art or like TV, like any sort of concept art? Half the things in concept art never get added. So when people were so salty about the birch forest thing, I was like, well, it was just a concept. It wasn't actually worked on.
Well, the Minecraft community is so starved for content that literally, when we get literally anything, we will turn it into the next major update.
Also, I feel like Minecraft's lost its charm in that sense because, like, I mean, I'm not like a legacy player or anything. Like, I started playing the day before 1.15 came out. 1.5 came out, and like, to me, Minecraft's always been about. You make it what you want to make it. Like, you don't have to rely on, battle passes or seasons or a constant updating and addition of new features. Like, you play the game and make it how you want to make it. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just me being old-fashioned maybe, but I do find it a bit, as per my little rants, kind of disappointing how the community bashes into the development of the game so much and asks for so much of it. And like with every update being exponentially bigger, so to speak. And then when we get things like 1.17 or 1.19 and people get mad because it's not big, I don't know, like, give me another 1.10 and I'll be happy.
Bees.
Bees, yeah. Give me more bees. Yep. I don't know. That's just me.
I wonder what the mob vote looks like.
I miss when you can milk squids.
Okay, now calm down, Vinna. We're not all that. We've been playing that long.
Bucket of ink.
Gosh.
No, you don't understand.
No, it was milk.
You could get milk in a bucket from a squid at one point.
For like one update.
One very specific version.
Bucket of ink. That would be kind of funny. But I don't know. Personally, I would like to see 1 point, and like it will. Like I think it's nice that they've added a couple extra things. But like I said, it could be cool if they just took something like the chisel bookshelf and went, okay, but also you can make this with any wood type, or a different type of like a mosaic or a chiseled wood for every wood type, little things like that just build on it so much more. And I'm sure we'll see more. We will see more things coming on 1.20, but. I don't know, like, I feel like the expectations are kind of the community are becoming convoluted.
If we get wood variants for chisel bookshelves, people are going to start expecting stuff like chest variants, which are, like, never coming because the chest texture is so iconic.
And also
But it doesn't match. Like, the chest is
exactly,
separate.
and you can craft a chest with any variations of wood. I feel like that's, but like, like little things like you're saying how so many things just use, quote unquote, the oak wood texture. It's like, okay, well, make those have variations then. Like, have oak bookshelf or dark oak bookshelf, I don't know. Bamboo bookshelf.
Personally, I think that they should
very different to the bamboo in the picture.
I think that they should add a dark oak bookshelf, but no other types of bookshelves. And I think that they should also add brick fences, but no other stone fences. Stuff like that.
You can make brick fences.
I think that they should add.
While we're at it, can we get sponge slabs?
Yeah, I was actually thinking
and it'll probably happen.
They should add smooth stone slabs, but not stairs. Like what I'm talking about.
That would be blasphemy.
That's what we have right now.
Yeah, I think they should do that again.
Did your uncle say that?
Is your uncle paying you for this?
All right. Well,
He's on the payroll.
this has been a very interesting podcast.
Very interesting.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Would you willing to comment on that?
Leave a comment on if you thought this podcast was interesting. I would like to thank our patrons before we conclude. It's been a little while since we did our last podcast, and we've had a couple new patrons since then.
2 months.
So a very big thank you to... How? No, you didn't just move the camera. You did not just move the camera. Stay back.
What?
We're gonna cut and make a note. Timestamp.
Very big thank you to Sugarcaney, The Mundane, iGalaxy, Wafflestick, Torbray, Ha2222, Bamboo, Ipion, Dash, Howler Gamer, It's Purple J, Talks, My Therapy, MC McNugs, Yoglington, and Vin Baron. I believe that is all up to date. There might be something wrong. I didn't actually check it. That's my current list. So thank you all so much. It's been a crazy month for me, so I'm a little bit out of touch with a few things. It's also worth mentioning that today we are in the Halloween event area that we will be concluding next week or the week after, depending on what we need to do. But yes, I'll now hand it over to Jay. But thank you to all the patrons from me. Jay.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I really hope I'm right up to the camera. I was gonna do a funny bit when I give you, dear viewer, the
talking stick.
The talking stick. But here we are at the end of the podcast, and I cannot. So again, thank you to all our patrons. Thank you to everybody for joining us on the podcast. Hope you all did enjoy, and we will see you in the next one. So have a good night, everybody. Take care. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's it. That's the end. We're out of here. Goodbye.